Only 30% of facilities managers understand their compliance responsibilities. That's not even a third. Hi, I'm Liam, and today I want to take you through your responsibilities under the Building Safety Act. This will cover specific roles such as facility manager or contractor, and also what compliance means for organisations and individuals. Although originally for high-rise residential buildings, the Building Safety Act now covers all high-risk buildings. In fact, if you apply the principles to all of your assets, you will find your buildings in a much better state. Everyone who has a stake in a project has duties to make sure the facilities manager's work complies with building regulations or the relevant regulation, standard or specification that is required. The regulator has made it clear that established industry standards, such as SFG 20, will be the benchmark for measuring compliance. But what does compliance mean for your organisation? Organisations must be able to demonstrate they have the capability to perform contractual duties and undertake the work. This means having policies, procedures, systems and resources in place to make sure employees comply with all relevant regulations. This includes how you manage the competence of your employees and contractors, as well as being able to monitor and have oversight of all FM activity. As the duty holder, you are required to cooperate with other duty holders and communicate and share information with them. Where this involves changes to specification, additional work or identified risks, this should be done in writing to evidence your approach. What does compliance mean for you as an individual? The new regime places significant focus on competence. For individuals, this means evidencing skills, knowledge, experience and behaviours. You must be able to demonstrate you are competent to carry out your duties and undertake the work that you are asked to do. This can include cooperating with others working on the project, refusing to carry out work that's beyond your competence, ensuring work complies with relevant requirements and refuse to carry out non-compliant work, and to ask for assistance from others where necessary. Individual competence can be demonstrated through completing formal training or providing a portfolio of work detailing relevant experience and knowledge. If you are unclear whether you have the right competence to carry out a maintenance task, SFG 20 software, Facilities IQ, outlines skill sets that are required to conduct each maintenance task. Let's get into the all-important role responsibilities. If you are a building owner, you must make sure buildings are safe, fix any historical safety defects, ensure all maintenance is carried out, and stay up to date with legislation and compliance regulations. As the building owner, if something goes wrong, the buck stops with you. It is your duty to make sure buildings are safe and your statutory tasks are carried out. You can outsource the work, but you cannot outsource the risk. If you're a property manager or facilities manager, you must coordinate and schedule maintenance tasks. You must handle emergency repairs and manage contracts and service providers. You must also stay up to date with legislation and compliance regulations. And finally, if you're a service provider or a contractor, you must ensure health and safety standards are met when you're doing the maintenance work. You need to ensure all workers have the required skills, knowledge, training and experience to carry out the maintenance. You need to carry out the required maintenance work as directed by the facilities manager. And again, you need to stay up to date with legislation and compliance regulations. Whatever your role, you must stay up to date with the latest legislation and compliance responsibilities. If you don't, you can easily fall off the required standard to easily achieve compliance. But who enforces all of this? It's the Building Safety Regulator, who is part of the Health and Safety Executive. As part of the Building Safety Act, it was set up to regulate high-risk buildings and increase the safety standards in all buildings. A big part of the regulator role is to create a culture of compliance and competence in the building and construction industry to ensure safety of building users and occupants. The regulator must approve applications for building work for new or existing high-risk buildings, including any change control plans for the work to be carried out. Part of this process is to ensure risk and impact of any changes and that they have been carefully considered and documented. The regulator is responsible for enforcing any consequences of non-compliance. This can include verbal warnings, prosecution and fines. Any consequence that is given also comes with reputational risk. Non-compliance means carrying out a series of risks that can compromise both your business and your workers. No harm is actually required to commit a criminal offence. Non-compliance with health and safety rules means you become accountable and can receive sanctions as a result. One single instance of non-compliance can result in written advice, a prohibition notice, or prosecution. This can be costly for your organisation, with heightened expenses as a result. The Building Safety Regulator issues fines, and all are documented on their website. Health and safety fines are proportional to the size and turnover of the business that's non-compliant. However, the average fine is £150,000. Did you enjoy this video? Subscribe today to get the latest tips from SFG 20, the industry standard for building maintenance.